Yo, people. Okay, so I'll go another one. This is a mad one of the maddest ones. They're all really mad, aren't they? Let's be honest. But this is a carry on from the last Kanye one I done, and whilst researching that, I found these links, and this is the link that I mentioned that convinced me on the previous video that I was right. So, let's get into it. I believe Kanye West was also Fred West, the notorious British serial killer. And there he is, looking mental as anything. So, for those of you that don't remember, aren't old enough, and aren't from the UK, Fred West is Britain's most notorious serial killer. Supposedly killed loads of young women. I'm not sure how many it was. I think it was about 12 or something over a period of years. And the whole thing was he was a builder and he disposed of the bodies whilst renovating his house, building extensions and building patios. So supposedly bodies were found under the patio, in the walls, buried in the underground, under the cellar, etc. So, and this is his wife, who was his accomplice, Rose West. I think the murders were supposedly happening in the late 80s, and it was all discovered in the early 90s, around 93, 94. So this is Fred West with prison guards. I mean, just look at those prison guards laughing. This is Britain's worst serial killer, and these prison guards, looking very devilish, are just laughing. Why? Because they're part of the complete hoax that was and that is the Fred West murders. So let's look at some comparison photos. So this is Fred West here, and this is Kanye West here. So you can sort of see similarities. Obviously, the skin color is different. The main things that are similar, the teeth. Notice the way he's got that strange smile. Similar sort of hair, eyebrows. I mean, almost a white version of Kanye West there. So obviously, if you know my last video, I showed that Kanye West is played by this guy, Prince Fredrick of Denmark. And this is how I came across these links researching that stuff and that video. So, if you've only just come into this, that's just blown your mind that Kanye West is actually a white guy, but this is what's going on. So when we look at these two here, Kanye West and Prince Fredrick of Denmark, and like I said, this is how I found the link. Because when I was researching, I sort of just went, Fred West? Oh, wow. Fred West, Kanye West, Prince Fredrick of Denmark, Fred West. And I just looked at Fred West, Googled Fred West, and just was like, oh, wow, that's the same guy. So this is a picture of Fred West when he was younger, and this is when you can really start seeing Prince Fredrick of Denmark. So if we put these two together here, always go back to when they're as young as possible. You start finding what they possibly really look like, because they're always wearing masks. So when you put Prince Fredrick and Fred West when he was young together there, look at them. Look at the ears, same nose. The eyes, they do this thing on the eyes. The Royal Frederick of Denmark has got this thing they do. They sort of slant the eyes down, make them look different. But they are looking very, very similar. Then we put Prince Frederick with an older Fred West there. You can see the likeness. Like I said, they change things, but a little bit of change here and there, and that could easily be the same person. And check this photo. This is a younger photo of Fred West. And then look at him here. I mean, look at that there. And then when we put them together here, I mean, that is just a white version of Kanye. Look at the smile. Look at the eyebrows. Even got a little afro, just minus a beard and minus brown skin. Look at the jawline. Same sort of big jawline. Fred West, Kanye West, looking very, very similar, minus the skin colour. As I said, that's how I found the link. Fredrick of Denmark, Kanye West, Fred West, that's when I found the link. So obviously, if you know my other videos, Fredrick of Denmark's wife is Crown Princess Mary of Denmark. So I thought, what was Fred West's wife's name? Oh yeah, Rose West. A link there. Then I'm like, hold on a minute. Her name was Rosemary West. Rosemary West. I was like, ka-ching. And at that point, I was like, that's all the evidence I needed. I know how they work. I saw the two links. This was just hilarious. And I was like, wow. So not only did I solve this one at that point, this convinced me that I was right about Prince Fredrick being Kanye West. So if we look at Mary and Fredrick together there, and put Mary West and Fred West together there, obviously Rosemary West looks very different, but if you look at the eyes, they wear masks, remember? Look at the eyes. She's got the same eyes. And then if we look at younger pictures of Rose West, so if we look at a younger picture of Rose West here, always go back to when they're as young as possible, as you can start to see the real look of the character. And this is obviously Mary West here. There's a better shot of Rose West there. You can start to see how similar they look. The eyes are a bit more open there, but the jawline's the same. You know, you can start to see it. Different haircut, obviously, but they look very similar. So, obviously, those that know my videos, that means that Kim Kardashian also was Rosemary West. That's just crazy. It's just crazy. They play so many roles, it's mental. So when you think about Kanye West's song Gold Digger, and the fact that Fred West was a builder that done his own renovations to this house, and that's where he supposedly hid these bodies. And here's a picture of the police excavating the Guardian under the patio that he supposedly buried these bodies. And if we look at the Gold Digger single, we've got those nice spades there with the royal emblem to link it all up. Then I found this random West Builders Kanye West. I mean, this is the kind of thing they do, silly little links like this. And then this is the house where they lived, where they buried all the bodies, 25 Cromwell Street. Notice it's next to a Christian church. So that church is a Seventh-day Adventist church. And check this out. Kanye West, Seventh-day Adventist manager behind Sunday services. What a link. They've been real subtle on this one, but the links are there. And then they bulldozed the houses and put a walkway in there, which nicely connects up Jesus Walks. Hilarious. So yeah, like, you know, I just knew when I saw the names, because I know how they work. And as soon as I googled Fred West and saw these pictures, I could see the likeness. I knew I was onto something. And like I said, this is what convinced me that I was right, that Prince Fredrick of Denmark was playing Kanye West. So these people are playing many roles. They're playing different races. And a lot of these black artists are being played by these white royals. And this is what's going to blow a lot of people's minds. But another reason why this is so important to unearth this one is because this shows you that these high-profile killers, serial killers, rapists, murderers, whatever it is, that they indoctrinate us with fear through the news, these are all fake. These are hoaxes. These are all played by actors. And this just shows you that. All of these high-profile killers and murderers, rapists, serial killers are part of it. So, yep, one of the maddest ones for sure. But they're all getting madder as we get deeper into this. Because this whole thing is mad. Hope you enjoyed that video. Peace!